start playing chess or you're gonna lose. This is how I run my life. Um, I personally believe most people are just playing checkers. I feel sorry for the people that are face value individuals because they're the easiest to manipulate. You're the easiest prey on the list because you're only thinking one step ahead. I always think 3, 4, 5 steps ahead because in this life, you only really have one chance. And I'll be damned if I let somebody else or myself ruin what I've worked so hard for. And even for me, realistically, I probably shouldn't even be here. Like, straight up. I don't need to get into what it was, or what happened, because it's multiple things, but I shouldn't even be here right now. That is the luck aspect of life, but that doesn't mean that we're still not playing chess. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the queen to win the game. But there still is a possibility you lose. So it is a game, and no one's immune. But if you're playing checkers, you will be easier to get out the way. Like, just think about it. Like, imagine, right? Someone's playing checkers, right? Their side of the board is checkers, and my side of the other half is queens, kings, pawns, knights, rooks, all that. Who do you think's gonna win? The person who plays checkers can only really move 1 to maybe 2 spaces or I guess they can get a certain kind of jump going, but they'd have to be highly lucky. Not that that's not possible, but I realize even when the people who play checkers gets lucky, they don't know what to do with it to keep it sustained and keep it going, so they end up losing it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. All the money and assets I've accumulated, I've hit my peak happiness. I even think if $100,000 dropped in my account, sure, I'd be happy. I'd pay off my debts, probably be able at that point to quit my job and stuff and then not have to work. That would make me happy. But I don't think it's gonna make me that much more happier. That's part of it, but it doesn't mean that we still don't go towards, buying assets, and because that's really the only way. I'm not saying it's gonna make you happy. I'm saying it'll make you a little bit more happy, but it's not gonna make you as happy as maybe you think. And that's actually, unfortunately, with a lot of stuff in life, right? I have some other stuff I have going on, but I'm starting to realize once I get there, I don't think it's gonna make me as happy as in my brain I thought I was, Doesn't mean it's not gonna make me happier, but you're not gonna find whatever happiness you're looking for in money. You may not even really find it at all, because you may just kind of go around and find that the stuff you wanted doesn't really make you that happy. But in this game, though, if you want to win, you have to sacrifice. You have to stop playing checkers and really get intricate about this. Now, I'm not talking about just an aspect in money, and I'm talking about your whole life needs to be a game of chess. You need to be protecting your body. You need to stop eating processed foods. You need to find somebody who's worth having a relationship with, and not somebody who's just gonna ruin you because of their insecurities. You need to take care of your car, You can't put stuff off. This is how they get you. It's a game of chess. And in fact, if you're good enough, you wouldn't even need to use your car because you could walk to work or something. That's what I want to work on. I've been a little lazy. I'm trying to figure out a way how I don't have to use my vehicle anymore. But I've just been kind of preoccupied with more stuff, and that may be the end of me. But when you stop playing checkers, you have a better chance of making it. You know, I'm not saying it's gonna change your life, or it may honestly change your life, but I'm not gonna promise you that. What you need to do, or what I need to do, is play more chess and play less checkers. That is why I buy Bitcoin. I buy other coins, obviously, but I realize that Bitcoin is the chess move, and you can buy other stuff, but you're probably playing checkers, unless you've already gotten a bunch of Bitcoin. I have a bunch of Bitcoin, and I still buy other cryptocurrencies, but that's only because I have the Bitcoin there ready, and I have the other crypto for other different ideas and situations and stuff. But basically, let's say for some reason your friends talked you into going to the casino and you hit for $1,000. Let's say there is no taxes because it's at 1,100, right? So you have $1,000 of raw capital. Most people would see $1,000 and be like, yeah, I got $1,000, man. What is $1,000 I can buy? Maybe a new TV, maybe a couch, maybe some clothes, some new clothes, a pair of shoes. What I see when I see $1,000, right, of money given to me, is I see an opportunity to, one, turn that into $10,000, and then two, turn that $1,000 and make sure that for the rest of my life, this will be making me money. That's the scary part of it all. I turn my money into basically a faucet for the rest of my life. That's what I do. It's kind of intense when you say it like that, but it's just the truth. And in a way, let me think about it like this. So, I don't know if I can. So, this, let's say, is $1,000, right? Now, most people would just see that, $1,000 gone. Now, they need to find more money to sustain themselves. But what I do is once I get $1,000, I slow drip it so that I make money for the rest of my life. I keep making more money, and my money doesn't disappear. Most people, their money leaves them somehow. And I found that, honestly, I can't really talk to this type of stuff with the common person, because they get bothered by the way I move with my money. I don't know what it is, but people don't like when you're good with money, because people want you to buy Culver's, McDonald's, a pair of pants, a pair of shoes, something that does not produce anything. But once you start buying things that produce something, it starts to bother people, or that they know that you're making a profit. It bothers them, but that's part of the matrix, you know? They're stuck in a world where consuming is everything. I consume, right? I bought this chain, it was nice. I honestly did it because I don't really treat myself very much. It's just investments. But most people treat themselves and never buy investments. So I'm basically on a different side of the wheel. But that's why they play checkers, I play chess. And in the end, unfortunately, in a bizarre way, they will be working for me, because they will pump my crypto. They will sell their crypto. These individuals will buy their crypto and do whatever with it, gamble, whatever, but it'll push my money up. So in a very sick way, they're almost sheep pushing me to a better goal in my life. But this is the game of life. Chess, not checkers, or you will be destroyed. It's unfortunate because there's a lot of innocent people out there No one knows that this is going on. No one teaches you anything. My parents didn't teach me anything. There were some people in my family with money, they didn't teach me anything. Oh, go to college, is that really the answer? Really think about this, man. You better start taking it seriously. Because there's people like me out there